When my mother came into the emergency room and they had given us the diagnosis of sepsis, we pretty much figured my mother was going to pass away. And instead of following my mother's instructions, my sister changed the order, which turned out not to be my mother's wishes. And I said, "You made a mistake here." And that's when the snowball happened.
This story might sound familiar. It is an example of confusion, but more deeply, it's an example of disregard for a person's end-of-life wishes. Prompted to learn more about the realities of end-of-life self-determination, the Board Resource Center conducted conversation groups across California, seeking answers to some significant questions. Do people understand the planning resources that are provided for choosing care? Do they use those resources? What obstacles do they encounter? How can information be made easier to understand? What would give people peace of mind about end-of-life planning? Those who participated were in agreement. They want to understand treatment options. They want clarity of information. Many are confused and frustrated. Their major concerns include how difficult it is to start the conversation, how easy it is to put it off until a crisis occurs, misunderstanding the impact of end-of-life choices, an underlying fear that personal preferences will be ignored or, even worse, changed.
Mother chose someone to represent her, someone who she did not sit down with and say, "These are my wishes. Please go by my wishes and not your own." The outcome was my mother suffered gravely for 17 days.
After sharing their own stories, participants expressed their uncertainties about how to find a reliable healthcare agent who would really honor their wishes. Understanding the complicated language in planning materials and on forms they sign, including the purpose of various planning documents. They evaluated various end-of-life materials and online resources currently available in California. They provided recommendations that would increase the use and clarify what these materials were about. Their recommendations included use of everyday language with easy-to-see large type and supportive photos, simple, clear, single-topic booklets covering the most important issues, easy-to-navigate websites that require only a few clicks to find information, and most importantly, participants asked to be included in the development of new materials and resources so that the end product would reflect a consumer point of view, plain language, and cultural sensitivity.
3 things that I learned is that, number 1, you should not be afraid to talk about end of life. Number 2, pick someone who will follow your wishes. And number 3, write down in your own words where they can hear your voice and hear your words, what I want for my last days.
It is said that end-of-life planning is a gift to family and friends. Here are some final thoughts from participants. Give me tips on how to start productive conversations with people who are important to me. Help me understand what my choices will ultimately mean so that I can make an informed decision. Give me the help I need to discuss my choices when loved ones disagree with me. and most of all, peace of mind.